Hi, and welcome to yoga. We're going to start standing today. Let's start in a standing position today. So let's go ahead and just get right into it. Legs about shoulder width apart, soft knees. We're going to go ahead and focus on just grounding those feet first. So the toes, the balls of the feet, just connecting them to the mat. And then I like to take some time every once in a while to focus on. I'm going to go ahead and lift those arches up. So connecting those toes and the and the balls of the feet and lifting the arches. You can kind of engage the quads if you want. Hands come down to the side. Big inhale up. Big inhale up. Raise those arms. One more big inhale up. Warrior One pose, and I like to start back foot toes facing forward, front foot toes facing towards the wall. We like to start with those hips open. Remind ourselves this is an open hip pose, leaning in, making sure the knees don't go over the toes. I need to bring that back foot in a little bit more at an angle. You can. If you can keep it open, keep it open. And we're just gonna shoulders away. Shoulders back, opening up the chest, leaning into that leg. There we go. And then we're going to take that gaze right over the front hand. Holding your big deep inhale up the nose. Exhale with the mouth, opening those shoulders up. Big deep inhale. One more exhale. Good. Big deep inhale. And exhale, we're going to go ahead and shift the weight. So from staying open here, my arm, just shift that weight just a little bit forward. And rolling take a big deep inhale through the nose. On the exhale, we're going to shift that weight forward just a little bit here. And then we're going to take it to the back side. So first warrior, coming back with the arm and just leaning over. That other hand can kind of come back around the side eventually. You can stay to the side wherever you're comfortable. We're just going to lean and stretch with that body. Left arm can come down here, wherever you feel comfortable. Good. One more big deep inhale. Exhale, let's roll it back forward again.
Back to the bottom. Take the breath along here and down to the earth. Take the breath.
Deep inhale. And exhale. We're going to roll that body forward. Shift the weight. Right hand comes down on the inside of the foot. I go ahead and take my back leg here and I just kind of scoot it up a little bit more comfortable for me. If you need to keep that bend in the right knee, you can. Straighten it. Breathe into that. Good. And take that opposite hand and just reach up towards the sky. Good.
If you need to keep a soft bend in this front knee, you can. If you're able to straighten it and lift. So you're lifting with that upper head. I'm not inside my foot, but I'm actually trying to lift out that left hand. Feeling that stretch in the front leg. Breathe deep inhale. Breathe deep inhale. Exhale.
Come down into that lizard pose. So we're coming down into a low lunge. Back leg is up off the mat. Right, both hands are on there, right on the inside of that lead foot. So both my hands right on the inside of the lead foot. Back leg is floating up off the mat. And I'm going to lift through my chest. So just lift and breathe. Take the tension out of that neck. So we're just lengthening the neck and we're lifting through the chest. Big deep inhale. Exhale through the mouth. Through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Good. I'm going to take that outside hand and I'm going to move it just a little bit closer to the inside of my foot here. Opposite hand comes up on the knee. I'm going to twist the body and raise that opposite hand. So I'm holding here and breathing. Big deep inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Find your balance. Good. If you need to lower this back knee, you can. Come up through your stretch here. If you can keep the back knee up off the mat, get a little bit more work here and stay in your twist. Find your balance. One more big deep inhale. Exhale. Good. We're going to bring those hands right back on the inside of the foot, lowering that back knee down to the mat and flipping the back foot over. And we're just going to raise up our front leg forward. And we're going to take it into that low lunge. So just leaning into that front leg. I want a nice angle here on my back leg. So just a nice angle. I'm going to really feel that stretch through the quad. Front knee, we don't want it going over the toe. Remember, we're just going to lift, inhale, lift the foot with those arms, lift. Good. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Good. Hold here. Breathe. Big deep inhale. Pushing that weight's going to go right up into that leg. Good. Keeping that nice angle. Coming into that half split. Hands come down to the mat. Front foot comes up flexed. Good. Forehead comes down to the shin. If you need to get a bend in that front knee to make it more comfortable, you can. If you're able to straighten and stretch, I keep my other hand, I keep my opposite hand on the mat for balance. And this hand I just pull with the bottom of my foot. But that nice soft bend in the knee if you need it. If not, you're getting a nice stretch through the quad, hamstring, and the calf. Good. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Good. One more big inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. Good. And now we're going to shift that weight up. And one more time into that low lunge. So coming into that low lunge, shifting our weight forward, and then lifting with the arms and coming up out of those hips. Rolling the shoulders away from the ears. And lifting through the fingertips. Pushing into that quad and that stretch. One more big deep inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Good. Big deep inhale through the nose. Exhale one more time. We slowly shift that weight back. Hands come down forward to the mat. Foot raises flexed. Grab the bottom of that foot. Go ahead and bring the forehead down to the shin. Soft bend in the knee if you need it. If you can straighten it and get that nice stretch in. This is where we get it. Good. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Good. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Good. Go ahead and shift that weight forward. And bring that knee back. We're going to come into a nice little tabletop here. And just get a little spine work in. So we're going to come into our tabletop position. Wrists are just underneath the shoulders. Knees are just underneath the hips, lengthening through the neck. Inhale, we're going to lower that chest, raise the head, close the shoulder blades together. Good. Exhale, open up those shoulder blades. Pull that belly in. Lifting the spine up towards the ceiling, rounding the back, lowering the head. Exhale through the mouth. Good. Inhale. Raising the head, lowering the chest, raising the hips, closing those shoulder blades together. And raising the head. Good. Exhale, lowering the head, opening up the shoulder blades, lifting the chest, rounding the back. Good. One more time. Inhale. Chest, raise that head. Exhale, rounding the back, lowering the head. Good. Inhale back to tabletop. Tuck those toes under. Big deep inhale here. Exhale, let's push up into down dog. Keep that bend in the knee. Lengthening through the neck and the back. Opening up those shoulders, rolling them away from the ears. And just lengthening that upper body. If you can get to where you can push those heels down towards the mat, get a little bit of an extra stretch in. If you need to stay up on those toes, slight bend in the knees. Just feeling it all through. I work everywhere through my down dog. I move around in here. And you want to kind of find things that work for you. So holding the integrity of the pose and also finding what makes you comfortable and makes you want to do it every day. So that's all part of it. Good. Big deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, let's go ahead and walk those feet up to the hands. And let's take a minute while we're here and just hang. So go ahead and grab those elbows like we do. Lean forward into the balls of those feet. Good. Slight bend in the knees. Taking the weight out of those heels. Upper body's just hanging. The lower body and getting that nice stretch and work in. Good. Big deep inhale. And exhale through the mouth. Big deep inhale. We're going to roll up through the spine. So inhale, roll up. Rolling up to standing. Good. Go ahead and take it over to that other side. So left leg comes out. Opening up the hips. Right foot pointed forward. Left foot pointed towards the wall. Opening up those hips. Arms come up and we shift into the warrior one. Good. Back foot we can keep angled. We can keep open. However you're comfortable. And lifting up out. Pulling the shoulders away and lifting up out. Good. Big deep inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Good. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, we bring those arms down. Open up that chest and come into that warrior two. So arms come down, palms flip over. Good. Opening up that chest, making sure my arms are about shoulder height. Good. And then taking my gaze over that front hand. Good. Just holding that chest open. Big, deep inhale. Exhale. Here, we're going to shift that weight just a little bit forward. So that little lean. Good. Another inhale here. Exhale, we're going to roll back this time. So we're rolling back this way to my reverse warrior. Left arm's coming up over the head. Just a nice little stretch and breathe. Good. Big inhale. Exhale, we shift forward. So we're going to roll the arms, creating that nice long angle here. Remember, through the body. Stretch, 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 stretch. Breathe. Big, deep inhale. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, let's roll back one more time. So rolling back into that reverse warrior swing. Big deep inhale through the nose. And exhale, we take that front hand, place it down on the inside of the foot. Just scoot my back leg just a little bit more forward. Keeping my toes facing forward. Keeping my opposite foot toes facing the wall. Hand's going to be flat right here on the inside of the foot. So if I need to create a bend in that knee, I can. If I can straighten that leg, I'm going to go ahead and straighten it. Lifting that opposite arm. Opening up the chest. Coming out of the mouth. And just feeling that stretch in the front leg and that helps stretch. Breathe deep inhale. Exhale through the mouth. Big deep inhale through the mouth. Exhale through the mouth. Good. Through the nose. Exhale, both hands come down to the mat on the inside of that foot. Good. We're going to come into that lizard position. So the back leg is floating up off the mat. If I need to put my knee down here, I can. If I can keep my leg up, floating up off the mat, I do. Both hands on the inside of my foot and then lifting up through the chest. Just really feeling that stretch through the hips. That left hip getting that nice work in there. Lift through the chest, lengthen the neck. So we're coming out of the neck. It's real easy to keep that tension in the neck in this pose. Back leg floats. Back leg floats up off the mat. Good. Breathe. Big deep inhale. Exhale through the mouth. Good. One more big deep inhale. Exhale through the mouth. Lowering that knee. And we're just going to create a nice twist in the body. Twisting towards that bent leg. And then one more time, I'm going to float that back leg up off the mat. And my opposite arm comes up. Good. Opening up the chest. Finding my balance. Hold and breathe. Big deep inhale. Exhale through the mouth. Good. Big deep inhale here. Exhale through the mouth. Good. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, my hand comes down to the mat and my back knee lowers to the mat. Good. Flipping that back foot over. Coming onto the top of that foot. Lifting that upper body up. We're going to come into that low lunge. So front leg, leaning into the lunge, making sure the knee does not go over the toe. And we want that nice angle in the back leg there. So lifting with the arms. Inhale, lift. Exhale, roll those shoulders away from the ears. Good. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Good. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, let's go ahead and slowly shift that weight back, lifting that front foot up into the flexed position, keeping that knee soft, and bringing the forehead comes right down to the shin. Good. Hold and breathe. Keeping that nice bend in the knee if we need to. Straightening a little bit more if we can get that stretch in. Breathe through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Good. One more big deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, shift that weight forward just into that lower lunge. One more time. Inhale, you raise the arms, lift up out of those hips. Leaning into the lunge just a little bit more here. Lifting the head, coming up out of the shoulders. Good. Big deep inhale. Exhale through the mouth. Big deep inhale. Exhale, shift that weight backward. Hips shift back. Front foot comes up. Forehead comes down to the shin. Hold and breathe. Big deep inhale. Exhale through the mouth. Good. One more big deep inhale. Exhale through the mouth. Good. I'm just going to come back down onto my knees here. Shift over to my rear. And we're going to finish up in Savasana. So we're just going to come back around our head. Get into everybody's favorite pose. Straighten out those legs. Shake them out. I'm going to do a little leg work. I like to shake out my legs a little bit. And do a leg work. Why don't we go ahead and real quick here. Let's just take the knees up to the chest. Good. Grab those knees. Big deep inhale through the nose. And on that exhale, remember we're letting that lower back just melt into that mat. Hugging those knees, lower back melts. Good. One more big deep inhale. Exhale, back melts. Good. Go ahead and straighten those legs out. Hands come down to the side, palms come up. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, whole body melts. Good. And you can take your time here in Savasana as long as you like. To take this time sometimes to meditate, to clear my mind, set positive affirmations for the day. And it's most important to just take this time for yourself. That's the main thing. That's what we're doing. So you can stay in Savasana as long as you need to. And when you're ready, come back up to the seated position and enjoy the rest of your day. Namaste.